All right, everybody, you already know who it is. It is your girl, Reverend Letiska Powell. Now, today we are going to talk about learning how to grow. Learning the lesson so that you may grow. Wrote down a few things. We're going to go over these few little topics. It's not going to be very long today, but I wanted to have this conversation with you so that you can kind of begin to look at areas that you may want to work on within yourself, learning what it is that is required of you as an individual when we're learning these lessons through life. Okay. Number one, change requires a discipline. You have got to be committed to it. That's number one. Okay. That's repetitious, committed to it. Number two, you have got to learn how to adapt to whatever your situation is quickly. That's it. Quickly. Don't step in the water and be timid. Learn to adapt to whatever your situation is quickly. Okay? Three, make up in your mind that yes, I'm going to change certain areas in my life. The reason why certain areas in your life must be pulled up, rooted out, taken out. It's like weeds. We all have weeds in us, taught behaviors that really don't serve anybody, not even ourselves. So we have to be intelligent enough to know that, okay, this is something that my mother taught me. This is something that my aunt taught me. This is something that society taught me. And this is really not serving me. So I've made up in my mind that this has to go. Okay. Give you a little example. I grew up in a house. My mother drank all the time. Every weekend, that was her thing. And I meet a lot of people, they work all week and then Friday come and it's time to drink. Okay. Nothing wrong with drinking. I'm not going off the deep end telling you not to drink. I'm saying it's a way to do all things. So then I found myself growing up being just like my mother. So as I began to look at my life and look at how I was showing up in life, I decided I didn't want to be my mama. I wanted to be Latiska. Latiska was too important to me for me to allow, my mother to bleed through. So I decided after taking myself through a lot of unnecessary stuff. I want you to understand. I drank so much one time I put myself in the hospital, alcohol poisoning. So I decided that I didn't want to be that I didn't have to drink every day and I didn't have to drink all day and I didn't have to drink what I was drinking. It was just, I was tired of falling and hurting myself and bruising myself. And that last time I actually drank and got, intoxicated, maybe I fell and my thumb was hurt. And I made up in my mind that day. I was tired of hurting myself. I was tired of hurting the people around me. I was tired. So consciously, I made that decision. I became aware of what I was doing to myself. No one was doing anything to me. I was doing all of these things to myself. So I had to change. Number four, make a plan to create subtle changes in your life. Don't jump in the water. There's no way you can go to the beach and jump in the middle of the ocean. You have to walk out into it, okay? Safely create these subtle changes in your life. Let me give you an example. An example would be, usually we wake up in the morning, we use the restroom, wash our face, brush our teeth. I used to grab my phone first thing in the morning. First thing I did after I brushed my teeth, I got to touch my phone. So then I had to cut that out. Now I wake up in the morning, wash my face, brush my teeth. I go drink water first. That's the first thing that I put in my body is water. Okay. From there, either I pray, I meditate, or I do yoga stretches. Every now and then I'll do like a vigorous. something vigorous like walking real fast, or if I'm at a treadmill, I love the row machine, I'll do that. Um, but creating these subtle changes, and don't jump into an exercise routine too quickly. Be easy on yourself. I remember when I do jumping jacks, baby, I could only do five. Only do five of them at a time. But I made up in my mind, I said, every day I'm gonna add one or two more because it's 365 days in a year. By the end of the year, I'm gonna be a bad mamma jamma with these jumping jacks, doing jumping jacks. And you have to do it on a level where your ego won't stop you. Your ego loves to be the way that it is. It don't see nothing wrong with it. Ain't nothing wrong with me. I'm gonna be like this forever and ever and ever. No. Life in life, we are required to grow intellectually. Okay? In many areas of our life, we are required to grow. That's the purpose of life. Repetition of the new. So as you create these subtle changes, and I think I spoke about this yesterday, let's say, like I used to do everything fast, kind of take everything at a slower pace. Even the way you eat, your consumptions, and recognizing, are you hungry or are you just eating? Making sure that you drink plenty of water a day, at least 8 glasses of water a day. Water is the flow of life. Water is created by the creator. It gives us life. Half of our body is water. So, or either if you're not drinking the water, how about eat fruits and vegetables that contain water and you're getting it in your system some kind of way. Okay. It's healthy. It helps your skin. It will help you lose weight too. Water can help you lose weight. I've heard people do water fast. That's all they did was just drink water, you know. But thinking about consciously becoming aware of, first, accept yourself, accept where you are, accept the fact that there are things that you do want to change, that you on a personal level have come to the understanding that I am going to grow in this area this year. No, I don't know what your area is. It could be financial intelligence. It could be physical intelligence. It could be just gaining more intelligence, becoming a intellectual person, and really figuring out, what are your values, and are you surrounding yourself with people of the same value? Releasing the old, one subtle shift at a time, always in repetition. So whatever you did the day before, you're going to do it. And like I told you, I don't do the same thing every day. One day I may meditate. The next day I may do yoga. The next day I may walk. The next day I may go to the gym. The next day, because I don't want it to become a routine. You know what I'm saying? Like a real, I got to do this, and then the ego takes over that. No, I want to scatter it out, keep it a healthy behavior. That's it. Wake up, wash your face, brush your teeth, drink water. Healthy behavior. What am I intaking as far as food? Is it healthy? Is it balanced? Okay. And what physical part am I putting into that? Now, after I've done my physical, now I can go take care of my personal self, which is bathe, put on my lotion, spend time with myself, get ready for my day. Creating that schedule. How are you going to go out the house looking for the day? Are you going to just, oh, I'm here and this is what we're going to do? Or are you going to really take the time out to care about how you look and how you're showing up in the world? All of those are aspects of what is the reason for your change. And for me, I saw myself differently. I became aware that I was not that old person. So I began to do things differently. And I want you to begin to think about how do you truly see yourself when you're going up and down these timelines and you're looking at all these other people and you got, and I know you have to have an imagination of the life that you want to live, how you want to live, the clothes that you want to wear, where you want to live, what kind of value are you going to bring to society. These things you have to become aware of, okay? Be determined to shift the paradigm of other people's habits in your life. Someone else's habit does not have to be your habit. That's their habit. It works for them. And if they see nothing wrong with it, let it be so. You know who you are uniquely made to be. You know who you see yourself as. You know the type of people you want to be around. You know all of these things about you. So this change of learning the lesson that it's time to grow in a spiritual way, learning how to grow spiritually is the greatest thing that you can do. And last but not least, because I just went over this topic, surround yourself with people that share your values, that see that you are a value and you value them also being in your life. You can't mix who you are with who you used to be. You know who you used to be is not working for you. So, but you do know who you are and who you have grown to be is working for you. That is the essence of your being. So give me a quick second and we're going to take us a little break. I'm going to give you a moment. This is how you can continue to support the show because without you, I couldn't be here. Okay. And I'm here to enlighten you. So come on, leave a donation. I look, I'm asking. So I'm open to receive. Now, don't forget to go purchase the book because the book was written for you, came through me for you, and it has all these little tidbits of great things that you can kind of see how powerful you are, how powerful your DNA is. I kind of went in my own history and pull out episodes of when I saw God in me actually move and work for myself. Now, let's get back to these subtle shifts, these paradigm shifts of not necessarily becoming anything, but being who you truly are. You know, everything in life is a choice. Everybody has free will. And so when you swallow that pill, like the only person that could possibly attempt to hold you back is only you. It's only you thinking that you have to be where you are in life. No, you have to accept where you are in life. And after you accept where you are in life, that is what brings change because where you are is exactly where you should be. Where you are is a place of complete, really complete bliss. Because in that bliss, it has brought a shift here. And in the shift here, you're saying to yourself, hmm, now I've been in this group and I've been there and I've done this and I don't want to do any of that anymore. So now, how can I grow intellectually as an individual? Give you a prime example. I used to go to Toastmasters when I was in Jacksonville. That was my thing. Wanted to be around other speakers. Wanted to learn how to speak. Okay. Not realizing, girl, you already know how to speak. But wanted to go to Toastmasters. So I went to Toastmasters. Began to surround myself with business owners. I began to surround myself with people I admire, because I just couldn't see surrounding myself with the same group of people with that same mindset, doing the same exact things, and really and truly just always complaining. It was always a complaining session or something going on. So I wanted to be around people that were not complaining, they were actually moving and shaking and being exactly what it is that they wanted to be, you know? So I began to surround myself with people, and I began to push myself out of my own comfort zone. I began to go places by myself. I didn't need somebody holding my hand and going with me. I began to actually step out into life by myself and introduce myself to people. And I think Mary Kay helped me do a lot of that, as far as that small chatter, introducing yourself on a light, light little way. Oh, that's a beautiful top you have on, da da, this is that, another. What do you do? And oh, let me tell you, this is what I do. And, just creating that space for the real you to come through, for the change that's already destined for you to just really just appear before you. Learning how to love yourself to the point where you want to take care of yourself. You want to take care of your skin. You are concerned about your well being. You are really concerned about you. You're not so concerned about what others are doing. You're really concerned about everything pertaining to you, because you know that you are the source of a lot of things for a lot of people. You know that I will tell you this, having children and grandchildren and everybody being in the house, I always wondered, what would it feel like? I would hear all of these women complaining about, well, now my house is empty and it's an empty nest and da this, is that, and the other. The question is, why do you want to hold on to a grown person? I even told my daughter, I said, I don't want you to wait until something happens to me to grow up. I would prefer for you to live life and experience life so that you can gain your own wisdom and be than to be pushed into life drastically and having to adapt with no kind of crutch backbone of support. You know what I'm saying? I didn't have I had that for a moment with my mother, but after she passed, it was like, woe is me. It's just me, you know. And I wanted my children to, release themselves of taught behavior and realize that a lot of the behaviors and things that we carry are generational. Because my mama did it, my grandmama did it, and my auntie did it. We think that it's so correct and so proper, and it's just jacked up generational foolishness, jacked up generational mindsets that have their own distortions in them, and becoming aware of that, becoming aware of that's not really who you are, and you don't have to accept anything from anyone, that you are the author and the finisher of your own fate. And whether it means going to school to meet a whole new group of people, do that. Do that for yourself so that you can intellectually grow, so that you can see another side, a side that you've never seen before. It's not about, and then I would say this, even like when you're looking for jobs, how about look for a job that you may not even think that you're qualified for, but it's a job that you always wanted. Go forth in applying for that job. The only thing that is stopping you from it is you in your thought process. You don't always have to work in a warehouse. You don't always have to work, serving food. You don't always, and that's what you enjoy doing. But if you're in your heart, there's other things going on inside of you Step out into that place, that infinite place where God is, and allow the spirit in you to work through you. Like that interview is already yours. Don't meditate on what you may say. Just go in there and let the spirit say what needs to be said and release it into the atmosphere, knowing that it's yours. Don't walk in fear and don't walk in unworthiness. Establish within yourself. I don't know how you may have to do it. Told you I had to do a lot of mirror work on me, on how I saw myself and how I wanted to present myself in the world. And it was not just about the image of me, but the intellectual part of who I am. I wanted that to become forefront, the forerunner. That I wasn't just Latuska Powell. It was so much more. Latuska Powell was so vast, and Latuska Powell wanted the vastness of her to come forth, not the limited part of her. The limited part is no more because Latuska chose to working on herself. I realized there was nobody else that I could work on. There was no other reason for me to do this work. You know, the work is on me. And each and every person gets to that point in their life where they have to learn to grow. That no, it's not okay to still have childish behaviors. No, it's not okay to continue to think or assume that you're some kind of victim and it's somebody else's fault in the reason why your life is the way that it is. No, it's only you're the producer of it. You're the main character. You are writing the play day by day. And so as you're writing this play day by day, be mindful of how you show up. So 22 minutes in, let's go over this thing one more time. Change requires repetition, one. Learning to adapt to whatever your situation is quickly because you're going to be all right exactly where you are. You're going to just adapt to it. Make up in your mind that you're going to change certain areas in your life because no one is a bad person. No person is a bad person. We all can grow in certain areas, but that does not make us bad people. Make a plan to create subtle changes in your life daily. If you don't drink water in the morning, drink water in the morning. If you use, because I'm used to waking up drinking coffee. So I've been changing my thing. I get up and I drink water. And since I've been drinking water, guess what? I haven't been drinking. Boom, boom, boom. Haven't been drinking coffee. Wow. And I love coffee. Um, Next, repetition of the new. Slight, repetitious movements on the things that you desire to change in life, whether it be your body, your intellect, your being. You want to change your clothes up a little bit. You want to change your hairstyle. You want to learn how to put on makeup. I don't know what your subtle changes may be, but those are your own decisions, and I respect each and every person for how they look because makeup doesn't validate me. Makeup does not. I'm beautiful with or without makeup on. I choose to have on makeup because it enhances the beauty in which God gave me, but it does not make or break me. That's on a real tip. I can walk around here with just some vitamin E oil on my face and I'm fine. Releasing the old with subtle shifts, a little bit at a time. Like I said, jumping jacks. I can only do 5 at a time. And I decided, look, I'm going to add 1 or 2 more on them every day. It's 365 days in a year. I'm going to be a champion at the end of the year. And just creating that space in yourself where you're allowing yourself to grow. And you're not forcing it because forcing it makes you just want to throw your hands up and say, I don't want to do this. I don't want to do it. So suddenly do something. Be determined to shift paradigms of other people's habits in your life. Make sure you understand what is of you and what is a taught behavior that is not serving you. Gave you the example of my mom was a drinker. I turned around and I was a drinker. Who my mom was, I had become. Then I decided I didn't want to be her. I wanted to be Latiska. And being who you decide to be and being aware of what it is you want to be and working towards that mark, whether it's going back to school, because it's never too late for you to learn something. It's never too late for you to become something. It's never too late for none of these things. It's never too late for your body to change. It's never too late for that sickness to fall off of you. It's never too late. Never too late. And last but not least, surround yourself with people that share your values. They share in the growth, the process in which you're going through. They share in, okay, I value this and this is important to me. How I live, where I live, how I look, what I wear, all of these things are important to me. Okay? Becoming aware of what you value about you and surround yourself around people that value those things within themselves and they kind of pour it into you as well. You pour into each other. It's like breathing, you know. They value how they look. They value how they carry themselves. They value the people that they're around. They value the things that they do in their life. They value the water that they drink. They value the food that they eat. You know, all of their intake. And then you'll find yourself around people that are producers rather than consumers. See, an alcoholic is a consumer, producing nothing, nothing at all. They're just consuming. Someone looking at, I'm trying to get something good for you in my mind. Looking at like reality TV, you're just sitting there consuming it. That's all you're consuming. What are you creating? And you are stuck in that consumption because in that allotment of time that you're consuming another person's life, there are areas in your life that need your attention. Okay? So I love you guys. This is quick, this is fast, this is in a hurry, but this has already been done. I love you. And let me know how you feel. Like, share, leave a comment. You know I'm always going back and forth with you. I appreciate each and every last one of you for listening to me on a daily basis. Not only that, I appreciate you leaving comments on my posts. I love you, and you know who loves you more? This is your girl, Reverend Tuska Power, creating change.